welcome to another episode of the Skill Room podcast. Today I have the very beautiful Judith Neo, who would be talking about scaling up without burnout. So I'm just going to give her the opportunity to introduce herself as we dive deeper into our conversation today.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Janice. My name is Judith New, and I'm a management consultant and a digital transformation coach. I help businesses and I've worked with entrepreneurs over the years to scale their systems, to create structure within their organizations, whether I'm doing that through consulting, whether I'm doing that through workforce development trainings. The end goal of every entrepreneur I work with or any business I work with is to ensure that you have clear systems and you have clear processes to help your business scale.
Thank you so much for that very beautiful introduction. In the past close to 4 months now, I've interviewed a few business owners, and like I mentioned, the majority of them believe the problem they have is lack of funding, from those at the idea stage, those who are just, 2 months, those who are 5 years, and all of that. So before we go deeper into the conversation, I'd like for you to kindly share with me your background in business, where it started, and how it started.
Okay. So, funny enough, I started working as a full-time employee for an organization. I had my background in the nonprofit sector, and then I also had my background in the consulting firm. So for me, it's about helping people grow. And whether I'm doing this through personal development workshops or working with people, or I'm doing that through businesses, the end goal for me is helping you see things differently, helping you to step out of your business or step out of yourself, to be able to see things differently. So when I ventured into full-time consulting, firstly, you have to get certifications, yes? So I'm a certified management consultant. And then aside that, I'm also certified with London Business School. So it started with that desire to help people grow, to help businesses grow. It's not funding. Funding is not the major problem for businesses or MSMEs. Okay, so we just concluded a training and we had the graduation of our first set of participants on Saturday, and a lot of them said they needed funding. But I feel, or I suggest, that one problem that keeps people stuck, especially business owners, is lack of proper systems, lack of clear operational plan. Are you able to step out of your business and your business will still run without you? Are you the chief executive officer or you're the chief everything officer? Do you understand? So can your business run without you? If you have the right tools, you have the right systems, you have the right processes, your business can run without you. So it doesn't matter if you're a solo entrepreneur, you're running the business alone, or you're working with 2 or more people. Thank God, or thank goodness, yes, for artificial intelligence. And that's where my digital transformation comes in. As a digital transformation consultant, I help you utilize AI that will take over what people are doing so that you're able to run your business seamlessly. Now, people say that AI is for the future. AI is noun. Artificial intelligence is noun. AI is not going to replace people. The people who know how to use AI will replace those that do not know how to use AI. So that's it, basically.
Thank you very much. I think this conversation is already going deeper. I caught something you said about funding not be the problem. I'm so sure that so many people, everyone watching, and myself, I want to know if money is not my problem, what exactly is the problem? So this brings me to my first question. At what point do you need to have all of those other things figured out? Because when you're starting, I've attempted about 4 or 5 businesses, and I was so glad when one of our guests also said that he had attempted that. So I was happy to know that it wasn't a poverty issue.
Yes.
So at what point do you think of all of those other things? Because majority of people who have ideas start worrying about funding. That's like the first thing you try to think of. So when do you start thinking of the other things?
Okay, so you start thinking of everything at your ideal stage, your idea stage, before your business even gets registered. That's where you start thinking about that. Let me give you, so I may say operation system, and it seems like a lot. So let me break it down practically.
Yeah.
So I'll use myself as an example. Let's say I want to start a poultry business, yes? And I have the idea, I am clear on what I want to do. The first thing is not for me to go and get the money to fund. Because what funders look out for, they look at your accounts. Okay, let's say you've not even started. So they look at systems like, do you have a board? Do you have people that will hold you accountable for your business? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you have a policy document? Do you have an operational policy document? How you intend your business to run from end to end? Do you have job descriptions? Do you have key performance indices for your employees? How can you measure that they're actually doing what they are supposed to do? Do you have all those things in place? Are you very clear on what your business is about? Okay, yes, it's a poultry business, but now the world is shifting. There's something called the circular economy. You're reusing. They want to see how you're able to reuse your resources. You're able to recycle your resources or reinvent your resources.
Yeah.
They want to see how you're going green. So even funders now are not giving you money because you want to buy chickens. They want to see that you're doing something more. Are you intending to sell the eggshells of your poultry farm to people in the cosmetic industry? Are you selling the feathers of the chicken to people that make pillows? Are you collecting the dung of your animals, your chickens, and using it to feed fishes? They want to see that you are being innovative with your business. They're not going to give you money just because you think you need money. So those are the things that you have to ensure you have on ground. Okay, somebody will say, oh, Judith, I know I need these things, but I don't even have the money. I'm just starting. I know this thing will cost money.
Yeah.
And that is where AI comes in. You can use certain tools like Wave. It's an accounting software. It has a free version. It has a paid version. It will do the work of an accountant for you. It will issue out receipts to your clients. It will check in the money that is coming, the money going out. You have your accounts ready from day one.
Interesting.
You're not supposed to use, I'm not supposed to use my personal account for business.
Yeah.
I need to have a registered business account with a registered business name. I'm referring to a bank account.
Yeah.
So you're separating yourself from your business. But the issue is that we meddle up our personal affairs with our business. We use our personal account to receive money for services or receive money for products. And we even borrow from our business because nobody knows, we don't pay back. So if I am a funder and I'm trying to fund your business, I would ask for your accounts. If you're a startup, clearly you do not have accounts yet, I will ask to see your operational policy documents. How do you run your business end to end? So start from the beginning before you get it registered.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a lot of knowledge that you've just spilled out, because I'm so certain that majority of people don't know this. The typical business owner in local communities, especially here in Plateau State, is someone, probably a student, who just wants to have a side hustle. Or maybe, take for example, I start selling wigs. And then, I'm getting a lot of sales, and that's how business runs for them. Just ensure that, okay, this is how much I used to buy these wigs. I'm having more and I actually have money to buy more. Or take, for example, those who are just talented. Maybe they have a skill. Let's say, take, for example, those behind the camera now. How do they turn this into a venture? They don't know all of this information. They don't know how to turn it into a venture that would bring them, lots of money. And the reason why I'm having all of this conversation is because the African Union set up the agenda, the 2063 agenda 2063 empowers spaces, and they themed it building the Africa we want. I, for one, am a firm believer that we would never be able to build the kind of Africa we want except if we allow young people to harness the dreams, the talents that they have inside of them. And without the sufficient knowledge, they would not be able to do it appropriately in order to stand in global stages. So this brings me to the next question.
Yes.
I'm aware of what I want to do. I've probably started it locally. How do I strategize it appropriately? So that's scaling now. Where do I start scaling from? Most people, when you talk about scaling, they are thinking, oh, I need to pump in more money into this business, or I need more hands, or I need to partner or collaborate. So where does scaling start from?
Okay. So I would say not all businesses should scale. Because
Okay.
if you do not have, I'm bringing us back to your systems and operations.
Yeah.
Yes. If you do not have clear systems and operations that can handle scaling, your business will crash. Because then your customers increase, you now start losing them because the level of customer relationship you had, you cannot deliver at that level anymore. Maybe the quality of your products or services will drop because you
Yeah.
cannot meet the demand. So I do not advise people to start looking to scale. Let's use the example that you gave. So I'm a student, I have a side hustle, let's say I'm selling wigs,
Yeah.
and I want to make sure that I move permanently. Like that should now be my business instead of having it as a side hustle.
Yeah.
What do I need to do? So first off, investing in your growth is very important. We as Nigerians, we don't like to read. We don't like to attend events. We feel it's a waste of time. There are free events on platforms like Eventbrite where you can attend, you can network and grow in your field. If you are just someone who is selling wigs, believe you me, there are 101 people
Doing
selling
that.
wigs.
Yeah.
What is that thing that makes you different? How can you personalize your wig service that will make you different? How can you invest in growing? Do you even know the different types of hairs? Do you know how to care for the different type of hairs? Like what do you know the type of hairs that will fit certain shape of faces?
Yeah.
Can you have that as a personalized service for your business? So before you even think of, oh, I want to scale, I want to expand, growth is an internal work. It's not about your number of followers or on social media or the number of people that buy from you. There are some people that have very elite customers. They are not even looking at expanding their customer base, but are they making money? Yes. So the problem is not, I want to now venture fully into this business, is what can I do differently? That thing you're doing differently is what now makes you expand, not necessarily the money you're pumping into your business to expand. So what is it? How can you be different? How can you personalize your service? There's YouTube. You can learn on YouTube. How can I be different? I always say there's nothing you want to do that has not been done before. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just make it different. Just package your service in such a way that it speaks to your target audience, that it makes you different, it makes you unique, and then you can take it. But investing in personal development and growth is key because growth is first an internal work before it's external. So that's what I'll say about that.
Every time you open your mouth to speak, you give me something to meditate on. So, personal development as the main thing, and then, of course, setting up operations because that's also very essential.
Yes.
So, for someone who is interested in maybe, let's say, going about a more structured approach, what kind of information would you advise someone like that to explore? Should the person think of getting a certification, just to do a more structured learning on setting up their business? Should they take a certified course? What are the kind of YouTube videos they should watch? What kind of materials should they abreast themselves with?
Okay, so I would recommend four to start with. The first thing, invest in your operations. How does your business run end to end?
Okay.
If you are not available, can somebody take over your business and still deliver on the results? That's one.
Yeah.
Secondly, look at marketing and sales. How can you market your product? How can you generate sales? Work on customer relationship. How do you interact with your customers? How do you keep your clients? How do you ensure that you have repeat business from your clients? Yes. And then the fourth thing is, how can you pitch your business? How can you pitch your business? The funding you're looking for, the funders do not announce themselves and say, see me here.
I'm looking
Come,
for who
I'm
to
looking
give
for who
money.
to give money.
Yeah.
But can you sell your business to me in such a way that I would want to be part of your story? How are you able to tell your story? How are you able to paint that picture that somebody will be ready and willing to go all out for you? Then YouTube videos in those areas. Look at marketing and sales. I didn't even mention communication, but that relates to customer relationship and how you
Yeah.
intend to do that. And watch videos around that line. It works for any business sector, whether you're in food or you're in logistics or whatever business sector, that works
Yeah.
perfectly well.
Okay, I'll take you back to one of the comments you made about getting a board. How does a business owner go about that?
Okay, so
Yeah.
let me give an example of a business. Let's say that I am.
Sorry, just cut you short.
Okay.
I think we should go for more. Let's go for those with talent rather than business owners.
Okay. So give me an example, like a creative.
Yeah, like a creative.
So as a creative, you always tell a story.
Yeah.
Whether you want people to believe a narrative you're pushing out or you want to impact the mindset of people, you're always telling a story.
Yeah.
And that means you need to pick people whose strengths align with your nature of business. If I am a photographer, I will pick someone who has experience in terms of communication because that person can tell a story. I will pick someone who is very good at marketing and sales because when I'm able to tell that story, I'll be able to sell it effectively well.
Yeah.
And we know marketing is not about just posting in anything on social media and pushing it out there.
Yeah.
How you craft the message, who you're speaking to, everything is interwoven into what you're putting out. Yes, I will look for someone like a business development person who sees the business side of things. I know that the person will be able to provide that needed structure I need. So after highlighting all these things, I will now search who is in my network or who do I know can refer someone to me that possess this skill set I have listed out. Then you write to them. If it's a cold network, that means you do not know them. You send them an email, you tell them what you do, you tell them about their skill set, and you believe their skill set is going to contribute immensely to your business, and you want them to be part of it. As a small business, you cannot pay them because you cannot afford, you may
can't
not
afford
be able
it,
to
yeah.
pay them. So you can offer something else for them. Is it recognition for the efforts they are putting in?
Yeah.
Are they going to get just an incentive for their time? Because time is money. So you'll be able to do that. And then, first of all, I always recommend start with your warm network. Your warm network can then refer you to somebody that they know.
Yeah.
It's be easy, very easy to speak with them about what you're doing. So you send them an email, they get some, and the truth is that not everybody will say yes.
Yeah.
Not because they don't necessarily believe in your vision or your passion. Maybe they are occupied with a lot of things, and some will not just care because you're just starting out. So when you get them on board, you know that these are the people that are going to be on your board. And most times, it's always good to get a very good lawyer that can draft out a terms of engagement. How do you intend to engage them? How many hours would they contribute? Are you going to have yearly or quarterly strategy meetings that you need their input on? So you have that clearly spelled out in your letter of engagement, and you onboard them, you bring them on board. Your board do not necessarily have to stay with you from the beginning of your business till whenever.
Yeah.
You can put a timeline or a duration for when your engagement with them elapse, whether for 2 years, for 1 year, for 6 months, and then you always take it from there. And that's it.
Very, very insightful. Thank you. So our next question, what's a simple way that a shop owner or an SME also can double their capacity without doubling their stress?
How can I double my capacity without doubling my stress? Your operations.
Still falls
I
back
will
to
always take us
operations.
back to that
Yeah.
because, okay, I may have 5 staff and the 5 of them are doing the same thing because they are not even clear on what their job roles are.
Yeah.
There's nothing to measure that they are doing what they are doing right. There are no key performance indices.
Yeah.
You cannot track, they cannot even track what they are doing. They come to the office every day, they just, how do I put this?
Go with the flow.
They just go with the flow and then they close by 5 and then they wait for their monthly salary. But you can't track that they are doing something. So if your foundation, your operation is like your foundation.
Yeah.
If the foundation of a building is shaky, no matter how beautiful the building is, it's going to collapse.
Yeah.
So that is one. Another thing is that you should learn to delegate as a small business owner. Either you delegate to another human being or you delegate to AI. Just learn to delegate.
Yeah.
And you cannot delegate if you don't have it clearly spelled out what exactly you are doing. What are you doing? If you don't even know what you are doing as a business owner, you will not be able to delegate.
Yeah.
Spelling out everything you're doing will help you know who am I assigning what to what. And how can I use artificial intelligence tools or AI tools to be able to delegate certain things? For example, if I'm starting out as a business, I may not necessarily hire an accountant. I can use an AI platform to be my accountant that monitors my inflow and outflow. So I'm able to track, is my business making money? Because a lot of times as business owners, we equate revenue to profit.
Yeah.
Now, you said you used to sell hairs, yes? So you buy a hair, say 150,000, and then you sell it for 200,000, and then you say I made 50K.
Yeah.
But your 50K is your revenue, not your profit. So you have to subtract the transportation you use to get that hair, the text messages you send to people.
Yeah.
If you have a shop, your shop rent, and then you now realize maybe your profit was 10K.
Then you have to double it also.
Exactly. So your operations always fall back
To
on your
your
operations. Yes.
Wow. Okay. So for someone who is starting out, maybe, business is going well, I think I'm ready to have a staff. Most people would go for PAs. But what position do you think is the first hire that they should get?
The first hire you need to get is a customer relationship person, not a PA. Your customer relationship person is the person that deals with your clients directly. You do not necessarily need a PA. Because what you do is that when you get a PA, you've just created your own competition.
Yeah. Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
So your PA now knows everything about your business
Yeah.
end to end, and they can leave you and start up a business
Start up exactly what you're
beside
doing.
you. They can rent the shop beside you. So always start with the customer. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having a PA, but it shouldn't be the first person you should hire, because then you overwhelm your PA. Your PA is now your accounts officer. The person is running errands. The person is interacting, booking your meetings. You can use AI to schedule your meetings and set reminders for your meetings, so you don't need a PA to do that. So the first person I would always recommend is a customer relationship person that handles customers. Start with that, then systemize the others.
Yeah.
Your accounts gets an AI to handle your accounts. Social media content creation, there are AI tools that help with scheduling, creating, and posting of everything that you have to do. Just edit and be ensure that it's in line with the message you want to put out. So that's it.
Interesting. Okay, so how I know that it's innovation, but I think I needed to put it more structurally. So how do founders, keep their customers happy, like retaining the customer that they serve?
Okay, so I'll take us back to a tool called a BMC. I don't know if you're familiar with the BMC. It's a business model canvas. It's a snapshot of your business. It has 9 building blocks that shows you who your key partners are, what is your value proposition, who are your customer segments. I'm going to speak with customer relationship on your BMC. Your customer relationship clearly states how you intend to manage your relationship with your customers. If you have that, you put it in place. Do you want to be sending them anniversary messages? Do you want to be sending them birthday messages? Do you want to create birthday gifts for loyal clients?
Yeah.
Do you want to reach them during festive periods? Are there special discounts for people that buy from you for a particular period of time, either a product or a service? So you see why we are falling back to our operations.
Yeah.
If you have a clear way you intend to engage with your clients end to end, yes, that can be refined, that can be improved on. But if you have that from the onset, you can now track it. You already track that. Let's say I get a hair from you, and then I get a notification almost immediately, and you're thanking me for buying that hair. Then in 3 months, you're sending me another message, or with tips on how to maintain my hair. In 6 months, you're telling me you offer revamped services for my hair. So things like that.
Yeah,
so you always keep your customers happy if you have clear systems in place. It's not something you think off your head and you want to do immediately. It's already documented. That's why I said, even when you're not there, you've already programmed text messages to go out at a particular time.
Yeah.
So whether you're holding your phone or not, the messages are going out. You've already collected details of their birthdays. Whether you're just like the banks, there's nobody in the bank that sits down to type your. And I believe, like, for me, they are the first people to tell me happy birthday, because I get their messages unfailingly every time by 11:59 p.m. before it's even 12 a.m. on my birthday. So they've programmed that already. They do not know you, but they've put those systems in place.
Yeah.
So whether a staff resigns or not, you would always get your message.
I remember when I was going to start my operations, I took about a month doing paperwork. I needed to identify the AIs I was going to use, how I wanted operations to be. I had been in a full-blown business environment, so I knew some things that, were necessary, and I had to figure them out, prior. But that's one thing that I think most business owners miss. They don't actually sit to do that paperwork because it takes a lot of time. That's the truth. You have to do a lot of thinking, especially when you don't exactly have a board. You have to do a lot of thinking, and most members of your board don't even have the time to work for you. So you have to bring it to them and make it easy for them to simply just read and digest. So my next question now, how long do they need to stay, or should I say freeze, to understand new systems they've introduced? Because as a business owner, or should I say as a founder, because we also have founders of nonprofits, I personally believe that it's almost the same kind of it's the same kind of system. So as a founder, if I introduce a new system, or let's say I'm introducing a new mode of operation, how long do I need to stay on it to, watch it and ensure that, okay, I have all of this running before I introduce something new?
Okay, so let me rephrase your question. So as a business owner, you're introducing something new. How long do you run that new thing before you introduce something else? Another one. Okay, so most times when you introduce something new, you're not saying out with the old, in with the new. They run concurrently with the old for at least a period of 1 year, until people have now fully transitioned to that new thing. And always ensure that there's staff training. Whoever is on ground is trained on how to use this thing. Because most times the reason why these systems flop is we introduce these things and then we let the staff figure it out all by themselves. So they have to be trained and monitored for at least 1 year. You're keeping it for 1 year because you are measuring the effectiveness of the new system with the old that was already there. Sometimes you will now realize that the old was even better. So you can now stop the new altogether. So always measure them for like 1 year before introducing. And if they are always trained, if your staff are always trained on what the system is, why you are even implementing it in the first place, you don't just bring a system and say, oh, this is the new way we are doing this. Everybody focus on this now. They need to be carried along. Your staff are they are your first customers. They are your internal customers. You sell to your staff first before you sell to the outside world. Your staff have to believe in your product and in the value they contribute to your team. They have to believe that they are something, they are a picture of something bigger. So in that way, they are able to put their all. They are able to contribute 100%. So most times, staff are not usually carried along. And that is why systems like that, when they are introduced, they flop. So always measure for at least a period of 1 year before introducing something else.
So how do we, with regards to startups, you know how fast they move. So how do you manage that? How do you balance it for a startup founder? Because a startup founder wants to start in January. By December, he wants to be having a revenue of about 30 million or so or more. So how does a startup founder fall into this picture? Like where's his place?
Okay, so startups, yes, they move very quickly and most of them crash very quickly.
Yeah.
So it's bringing us down back to operations. You have to have the patience to know that your startup is going to live outside of you. You have the patience to know that your startup might grow outside of your control. When I say outside of your control, I'm talking about in size, in impact, and things that you want to achieve. You have to have a long-term vision of where you see your organization and how you intend it to grow.
Yeah.
Don't be so focused on the revenue that you want to get that you lose out of the bigger picture. Because as fast as the revenue comes, as fast as your business might crash.
Yeah.
So always have that patience, knowing that you are building a brand, something that will live beyond you. So if you're no longer alive, it will live beyond you, except you want it to die when you're also exiting from this planet, yes? So always have the patience to know that you're part of something bigger. You are building something outside of yourself. And that's why a startup founder can step out and have a CEO run the business end to end. So with that, okay, now say for example, the system we spoke about, you introduce it and you let it run for a period of 1 year. You're able to measure. So once you've measured that, you've moved past that. So any staff that is coming on board will be trained on the new system. So you've closed that gap entirely and then you introduce another one, close it entirely. So if your business lasts for like 50 years, you're not now going back to say you're introducing systems again from the start. You've done the groundwork already. So if you're introducing anything, maybe you're improving on the existing. So just have the patience. Have the patience that you are building a brand outside of yourself. Have that vision, because if you do not, as a founder, believe that your business is worth it and you do not have the patience, then you attract people that are like you.
Interesting. So does that mean startups are a myth? I actually saw statistics and I saw that 9 in 10 startups crash.
Impatience is one of them.
So does that mean that startups are a myth? Out of context now, like just saying, because I've tried to digest it. I don't have so much knowledge about tech startups, but I know they also crash. But even the non-tech startups, if they are crashing, then maybe we shouldn't have anything called, we shouldn't have those things, a term, called that, like, because they are just going to crash.
Okay. So I would say that there are certain things outside of our control, but there are certain things within our control.
Yeah.
Most times we focus on things outside of our control, and that is why things do not last. Focus on what you have. Focus on what you have control over. Let's say, for an example, let's use the startups as an example. A lot of startups focus on funding. Funding is outside of your control.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Funding is outside of your control. So you have an excellent idea. You know that this will make you money. And you're just looking for founders, yes? You're looking for them. You're trying to get money for your business. You're trying to push it, etc. But That is outside of your control.
Yeah.
What you should focus on, you need to focus on your internal processes. You need to focus on your policies. You need to focus on your operations. You need to focus on your systems. Those are the things that will stand the test of time. Like I said, your internal work is like your foundation. If a foundation is faulty, everything is going to crumble, everything is going to crash. So because we do not do the inside work, we're trying to get results from the outside
Yeah.
in. You have to start the work internally. And that is why a lot of startups crash. Because you have an excellent idea, you're just looking for the money. But another thing is that there's lack of market research. You feel your business is amazing.
Scalable.
You feel it's scalable. But you've not even asked the people you are providing this service for if it's what they really want. Let me give an example. I heard of a story where a non-profit went to a community and built a borehole for the community because they did not have access to water. The stream was really far. So they said, okay, let's make life easier for these people. And then they built a borehole. But they realized that within 2 weeks, people came and destroyed that borehole. And they're like, oh, hoodlums and all that. And they repaired it and they destroyed it again. So they had to go back to the chief of the community to say, we've done our analysis. We've seen that you need this water. The stream is really far. But why do you keep damaging what we are creating for you? And they said, we don't need your borehole. Why? Because we stay, like there's a hut, yes? So the father, the mother, and all the children are in one hut. And the only time the parents get to bond is when they send their children to the stream.
Interesting.
So you've cut the bonding time. So we don't need that. So most times we feel we have an excellent product, we have excellent services, but we've not even done our research to find out what I am providing. Do people really need it?
Do they want it to?
So we are just focused on how much money we are going to make. So we are not in business for profit. You're in business as an entrepreneur or a startup. You're in business to solve a problem. Solving that problem now gives you profit.
All right. So what's red flag? What's burnout red flag do you watch out for in founders?
Okay, trying to do everything by themselves. That's why I said chief everything officer. Yeah. So you're the marketer, you're the customer rep person, you're the accounts officer. And it's not like you want to do all those things. But most times you're just starting up and you may say, I do not necessarily have that money to be able to employ people. And that is where systems comes in. What systems can I use? What are the practical systems I can use as a founder that would help me remove that stress of trying to do everything myself? That's one red flag.
Yeah.
Doing chief everything officer, doing everything yourself. So first off, I would say use AI tools. For example, we all know ChatGPT. We use ChatGPT. We use Copilot. There are different AI tools that we use, but a lot of times we use ChatGPT wrongly. ChatGPT is not a search engine. You're not meant to go to ChatGPT and say, oh, where is this location? We have Google for that. ChatGPT is like your assistant, your AI assistant. How you prompt it. And that's where we look at, for those of us that are into tech, we know prompt engineering. And that's where we look at prompt engineering. How are you able to prompt it in such a way that it gives you what you want? Now, let's say I want to create a 30-day content calendar for a fashion brand. I am a fashion brand. I sell fashion accessories. I sell shoes. I sell clothes and bags. I will come to ChatGPT and say, act like a content creator for a fashion brand that deals with A, B, and C. My target audience are corporate women, corporate men, and creatives. I want you to deliver or create my content in such a way that it speaks to their aesthetics. It makes them feel good in how they present themselves, in how they are able to sell themselves, by how they carry themselves with my outfits. Based on this, create a 30-day content calendar, repurpose it for Instagram, for Facebook, and for YouTube, and boom, you have it. When you download it, you look at it. Okay, are there some things I want to edit? Are there some things I want to work on? And then you do that. You use Meta Business. You create your content. You schedule your content and it goes live without you. There are other tools that you can even integrate into your Facebook and Instagram that automatically handles your business for you. So when a client come and say, oh, how much is this bag? There's already a response, and it only redirects it back to you if the responses are getting complicated. So can you see how you've removed a burden of doing that? Because majority, 90% of what you do as a business owner is selling and marketing, selling your story or your products to somebody. So that is one way. Like I spoke about Wave. Wave is just one of them. There are so many ones that are created for Nigerian businesses, accounting softwares. They even issue out receipts. You tell it how you want it to send the receipt. Do you want it customized? Do you want it with your client's name? It comes with your logo. Your client gets it immediately after they've made a sale. You've made a sale or they've gotten a product from you. So can you see? It makes it easier for you. So implementing those tools would help you. You would stop doing everything yourself. But you cannot stop doing everything yourself if you don't even know what you're doing. So get a piece of paper and write down, what does a typical day look like for me? And write it down end to end. This typical day, everything I've written down there, am I just being busy or am I being productive? A lot of people equate busyness to being productive. So when you're able to do that, you'll be able to remove that burden of trying to do everything yourself. Because it will get to a point that even when you get staff, you would feel that they cannot do it like you. So you would not even be able to delegate and you'll still be suffering, and then you'll be angry at your staff. So
interesting.
That is it.
I think that there are a lot of people who do that, especially in this part of the world. They are yet to embrace AI. They still believe AI is in the future.
Okay.
And so they are waiting to get to the future to catch up with it. Meanwhile, it's actually now. And many people don't want to do that paperwork before they start. But the earlier you start, the better it is for you.
Yes.
You either start before you start business and, of course, incorporate it as you go on in business. Or you find the time, just take a pause and actually sort it out, because it would eventually count in the long run.
Yes.
I've met a number of business owners, successful business owners, who are tired of their businesses because they are actually burnt out already. And the reason is because of how they keep trying to wear all of these hats, these very many hats, without actually thinking of ways to solve these problems that they have. And then for established organizations who have the resources, they also don't use AI. They would rather spend and get it done another way. Meanwhile, with AI, you are actually guaranteed of, I would say, better quality, lesser fee, it's less expensive, and at least it's more sustainable.
True.
So the last question, what's the smallest and cheapest change you've seen create big growth for an SME?
Okay, so can I give two examples?
Please,
So I was working with two women-led businesses, and this would blow your mind. So I was having a training and they were participants of that training. I was just sharing how people need to incorporate artificial intelligence. They need to incorporate smart tools. You need to hardworking. I don't know, but my own definition of hard work is different.
Smart work.
Hard work is suffering. Like you're burnt out, you're just tired. Now back to the story. I told them how I needed to get sunflower oil. I use it for skincare. And I was looking for who sells sunflower oil in Jos. I searched everywhere. I couldn't get sunflower oil. And we had participants there who were selling sunflower oil.
Interesting.
So now, these women, I told them, if I should search your business now, would I find it online? They said no. Are you on Facebook? Yes. So what do you post on Facebook? Their family pictures. Okay.
Interesting.
Now, I said, okay, in less than 5 minutes, we're going to put your businesses on Google. And they put their businesses on Google there in the class using Google My Business.
Wow.
Just that one change, one of them was able to go into partnership with Drumstick. So she's now supplying chickens there.
Wow.
One of them, a makeup artist, have been able to get clients around Jos because she's very, very good. But her business was not. So that simple change of just
Yeah.
putting your business on the map. I'm searching for maybe I'm trying to look for a business name, but I'm searching for, okay, let's say as a creative now, I'm searching for you, Janice. I need to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Google My Business is free. That's the crazy thing. You don't pay Google for that. It's part of the service that comes from you having a Google account. And the good thing is that they even give you a free website.
Just like that.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's a free website. So you put your services like a proper business when you open, when you close. So if I'm looking for makeup artist in Jos and I go online and I search for makeup artist in Jos, because your business is online, I would see you.
Yeah.
I would find you. It's one of the biggest search engines that people use. I'll see. So that simple change. That's very simple change of putting your business or yourself on Google My Business in less than 5 minutes. It was something else. It was crazily amazing.
How crazily amazing it will be, because imagine being able to actually find yourself just by searching a single, like just a prompt, and you can find yourself and your work. And I've also met very, very talented people. I think one major issue that most of them experience here,
Yes.
they eventually sell to middlemen without actually reaching their final consumers. So the middlemen are the rich ones. They do the work, of course, hard work and not smart work, and just sell for a penny to the middlemen. And then, of course, the middlemen will be the ones to make
a lot of money.
off of it.
And business owners should not be afraid of using AI. AI is not in the future. Guys, AI is now. It's not something you push to start. Like I said, AI can only be utilized when there's someone sitting behind the system to drive AI. So it's the people who have learned to utilize AI that will replace those who have not learned to. I don't think people use Photoshop anymore. I don't think people use, there are certain tools that people use. I don't think people use that anymore. If you are an excellent creative, imagine with that skill set, you are now designing on Canva or poster my wall. Let me not talk too much. But imagine that with your skill set, like I said, it's not AI that will replace people. AI is not evil. It's not AI that, yes, even utilizing AI, there's even a course on ethical use of AI. They're trying to make AI very ethical. Don't use it for evil. AI is a tool. Like a knife now. A knife is neither good or bad. It's what you use it for that qualifies it. So business owners, startups, please learn to create, learn to embrace AI. It's people who know how to use it will replace. I don't think there are people that are now called designers to. I can't remember when I told somebody to design a flyer for me. I've learned how to do that using on Canva. And there are other tools I've learned how to use it. Even editing now, most people may not go and look for an excellent editor. But imagine you're an excellent editor utilizing AI. Do you know in writing books now, AI can write your books for you.
I agree.
AI can do reviews. Before, when people apply for jobs, you have somebody sit down and start screening the jobs one after the other. Now they don't do that anymore.
AI does that.
AI does the whole screening before it even gets to the people that look at it. So AI is now, please. Don't push it to somewhere or someplace in the future. It's now.
Thank you very much. You shared some very rich and insightful points. Hopefully, when we have our business clinic, you'll be present.
Yeah, putting me on the spot.
So you won't be able to say no.
So I'll be able to say no, but thank you so much, Janice.
Thank you so much for coming. We're really glad to have you. And before you go, I'd like for you to share one very useful hack that can change the life of any founder.
One useful hack. Okay. I'm a very big fan of personal development. Your business cannot grow outside of who you are. Do not be so focused on your business that you forget that you are the driver of your business. Invest in books, read books, study. Listen to at least 1 hour of YouTube content in line with your field every day. Have a personal growth calendar. Where do I see myself? Invest in your ability to communicate with people at all levels. Whether you're looking at your staff, whether you're looking at people you're bringing on board, imbibe the vision of your organization so well that you can talk about it even when they wake you up from sleep, anytime, anywhere. So personal development to me is key, especially even for me.
Yeah.
I do not take it lightly. I have my calendar for books that I study. I have podcasts I listen to in line with my field. I want to be so excellent at what I do that people would always call me back and say, Judith, handle this training. Or I want you to have a 30-minute consultation with my team. So always invest in being better, 1% better every day in your field. 1% better every day in your field, because you do not know what the world has in place for you.
Yeah.
Whether it's as a creative or as a business development person, someone in the non-profit sector. Okay, now let me give an example. Most startups do not know that funding criteria has changed. Funders are now looking for green startups. And they are also looking for people who imbibe circular economy principles. Can your products be reused? Can it be recycled? Can it be repurposed? That's what they are looking for. So you might be writing so many proposals and you're not getting feedback because you don't even know that the world has shifted. Before computers came in, people who owned massive typewriter companies did not know that the world has shifted. And when it came boom, they were out of business.
Yeah.
So always at least know something about your field. Know something, have knowledge of what is happening around you, and be 1% better every single day. It will make you an outstanding person to be with. It will make your business something people want to be part of. Always do things excellently well. I am a strong believer in doing things excellently well, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
In the good part, I'm not referring to, so no matter what you do ethically, always be 1%, always be outstanding, leave an impact on people. That when you leave their presence, they would say, who is this person? I want to work with him, or I want to work with her.
Thank you very much. You've made an impact here already, because now I want to work with you. Thank you so much. And that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell.